Hi Aries, welcome. It is time for your February love in the full moon. This is a general love reading for all Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in a relationship of some sort. So take what works, leave what does not. The messages are for whoever needs to hear them. I feel like that's you right now, which is really great that, you're trying to break out of whatever it is that's been holding you back from living life. It's nice to see you breaking out of something like that, because I think you've been trapped in a real cycle of how do I say it, like really down on yourself, and there's no need for that. There's just absolutely no need for that. So I think you're starting to break free of those chains that you've put around yourself, because I feel like you did it to yourself. You mentally kind of put yourself in this little wall of swords over here. So when it comes to a relationship, yeah, I think this time it's for good. If you just recently split up with someone, I think it's over. It's done. They're moving on. Or you're moving on. And that might be why you're feeling so good right now. It's like, this might have hurt, but I'm going to keep going. I'm going to just keep going. So you're on the rebound, and this is a big healing for you. This relationship. Because I think there was a lot of unsaid anger and repressed energies between you and this person, and it finally came out. Sometimes, we don't make up these feelings. Sometimes we really do feel hurt, and you really were feeling hurt. This person, it's almost like you thought they loved you, but they really didn't. And that just, like, the reality of that woke you up. Like, you finally, realized, they're never going to love me. So I'm just going to go on. And out comes the Six of Swords. Yeah, you're done. I'm just going to keep on going. Interesting. We have the Empress, the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Wands reversed, the Sun reversed with the Pentacles. There was a lot. I think somebody was really playing a game when it came to this relationship, because you were pretending that it was really happy and that you were really in it. But it was hurting you in the end. Hurting you in the end. So I think there was an ending that came. Game's over. Game's over. Oh, interesting how now I put down the Empress there. So I think, it's more about what is good for you. What is really good for you. Because this relationship was not good for you. Even if you had to go. And you might be like a single woman with a child. I think, it could be one of these things. You may end up like that on your own. Or maybe all of you had to leave a situation. All three of you. But you weren't moving on in a good way. Because if the three of you were going to continue on, these swords sit in front of you. If you continue to move that way. So you're really at a point where you're really trying to figure out what to do. Especially with this Empress. Emotionally, I think you're very detached. Conflicted. A little confused. All right, I'm seeing a lot of cups, okay? But I'm not seeing them as cups. I'm seeing them as alcohol. Some of you have an alcohol problem you need to really get a hold of. That might be what these swords are. That's just for somebody out there. I'm not saying all Aries have an alcohol problem. All right, so yeah, this is a relationship where I don't feel like it was honest. It's almost as if, and that's what brought it up, you know, it's that, you know, you were in it for the wrong reasons. You were in it because you needed this person to help you. You know, you were in it because you needed this person to be around, you know, to take care of your kid. But emotionally, you were really detached in this relationship. Very detached. You know, and it was one of these things where it was never fair. You know, it's like there was, I mean, it's a very manipulative type of energy. You know, because sometimes we hook up with people not because we genuinely love them, but they're convenient. And I feel like this relationship for you is very convenient. I don't feel like you had a child with them. But I feel you had a child. Like you keep getting a single mom. I think you're a single mom who's very closed off. Anyway, yeah, this was very, very deceptive. And I think it gets to a point where you can't do this anymore. You can't keep doing this to someone because it was convenient. This relationship was very convenient. What, so you could go out and party? Yeah. So I think something comes up. Yeah, again, I feel like it's the kid that's what's keeping you hanging on to this. So it's like, you know, yeah, this is convenient. This person watches my kid. I can go out. But out comes this Four of Wands reversed. Yeah, but it's not somebody who you really see a future with. I mean, this is not your person. This is convenient. Because out comes the Knight of Cups reversed with the Wands. And this person sees how you are. They see. You think they don't know? They know why they're together. Because, you know, when you feel love, you know it. And when somebody is starting to feel like they're a little bit used, so that there's a healing that has to happen. And I think all of what you do, not opening up and maybe drinking too much, things like that, you know, it's because you've been hurt and you've been wounded. So you go in the other extreme where like you're over controlling, because this relationship, if you want to be with me, this is how it's going to be. And this person, I think, loves the kid very much. So it's time to start living life as it should be lived, not as you want it to be lived, because that just isn't going to get you what you want. I mean, here's this narcissistic energy. It's like everything, you know, you're going to make sure that everything is your way. Doesn't matter if they love you or not. Love is not the question here, you know. It has nothing to do with love. I need them to take care of my kids so that I can go do what I have to do. But what do you do for them? That tower is going to hit. So just prepare yourself, Aries. You're being warned. Yeah. You're being warned. But you're ready to have a brand new start. Here you are. But I think it's on your terms still. Here you are, Aries. There's no future with this person. Let him go, or you let him go. Everybody needs to go their own way to avoid the conflict that will eventually be part of this whole formula of what you've got going. Somebody's very, very narcissistic. It's all about them. And I hate to say the word narcissistic, but the reason why I say it is the Emperor keeps coming up reversed. And that is somebody who you can never please. They want everything their way. You know, they, whatever it is, you know, it doesn't matter. You know, and everything that happens, it's your fault. You know, it's an ugly energy, that Emperor reversed. And that's what leaves you so confused, because you pretend everything is really good. Oh yeah, we're a happy married couple. We've got everything. But there's a lot of heartache, and it continues. Because it's like you pretend everything, we'll play the game and we're going to make it work. You know, we're going to fix what was broken. But bang, there it comes again. Because this person isn't going to change. So I think if you are a person who is with someone because it is convenient, but you really don't have that commitment to them, I think the Hermit is saying, you know, maybe you need to look at that and move on. There's more strength in that, and you'll be happier. Everybody be happier. Because all of this painful ending, look at that. Talk about depressed. Holy cow. I mean, that's somebody who is always angry and always on guard and always, I mean, just, oh, the tension. The 9 of Swords with the 10. Look how many swords are there. This is painful. So painful. Wow. Okay. Aries, let's get another perspective, okay? Remember, we all know who we are in this story. So, keep that in mind. And this is not for all Aries. You know who you are. I'm reading to a certain group who needs to hear this message. Alright, dear universe, let's take a look at the person Aries is dealing with and get a little idea of what's going on in their world regarding this relationship. Alright, one more shuffle and let's see what's coming out for you Aries and your person. Ooh. See, they want it to work. This is what I'm saying. The person you are with, they love the whole family thing. All of it. You know, they don't really want you to go away just because it didn't work. Come on, we can make it work. We can make it work. But I feel like deep down, they know that they need to let you go if that's how it is. Because they don't want to be used. And I think they know that this is never going to be the committed one. Because this is, you guys are playing this game. You know, it's this game of being very, you know, it's like, as long as we pretend that we are a really great couple together, that's how it will be. But that's not how it will be. And I think your person sees that things are about to come to a head. This Wheel of Fortune is very unfortunate. So it's like something happens. I mean, because of course, you know, there's a lot of dysfunction here. Things go down pretty bad. But in the end, I think somebody moves on. Try to get a fresh new start. Because the Page is a fresh new start. Go in a new direction. Find new things. It's almost like you want to wipe the slate clean and pretend this part of your life never happened. I mean, that's how that person wants to be. But there's no truth to that. You know, there's no truth to that. Because there's consequences. You know, you can't, you know, this is going to hurt. This is going to hurt, if anybody, that child. All right, dear universe, what's going on from the other person's point of view? I think that person feels that you have lied to them with this Ace of Swords. They've put a lot of work into this. But they're not sure they want to keep going as a couple. I think, honestly, my response to this is, and this is just my personal opinion, is that if this person is really helpful and you guys get along, I think you guys need to figure out how to just be friends. for the sake of that child. And maybe, you know, you redefine the relationship between the two of you so that you guys don't hurt each other. All right, let's see what else we have. Yeah, because they feel like there's, you know, there's no other options here. And they're losing confidence in this whole union. Because maybe you guys had that conversation of like forever. But forever is not happening. It is not happening. No, because somebody's very shut down. And I think they're shutting down. You know, because you can't keep pretending that we have a happy home, you know, together. I think you guys are existing because somebody is very shut down. And there could be another person involved, especially if there's a little bit of partying going on. I don't get a lot of that, but maybe one or two of you out there partying if this is resonating. With the exception of that. Not everybody drinks. All right, so out comes the Page of Swords, Death reversed, and again, we have the Seven of Swords. So I think you got to quit sneaking around and dodging the reality and the truth. Like, if this relationship wants to end as defined as a union, then I think you should let it end. And I think you will be surprised, really surprised, at how everything starts to feel better and clearer, you know, so that you can start new again. You know, start new again, knowing, you know, where everybody's boundaries are between each other. And then you don't feel so suspended, wondering, what are we going to do? Because, oh gosh, you know, poor David is going to miss you if we break up. So we can't do that, you know. So I think, you know, you guys are at a point where, you know, you can play the game, you know, but you know that there's no love. Well, maybe then what you should do is figure out, how can we make this work so that, you know, we can all live individually and together. You know, maybe as roommates. I think that would be very, very difficult. Or maybe the one person moves out and the other person, you know, gets a, you know, you drop the kid off back and forth. I mean, people do this all the time, you know, that are divorced, you know, parents. You know, they manage to figure it out. You guys can figure this out. Especially if you want to be on your own. Right, Aries? All right, what else do we have regarding the spread for our Aries? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Yeah, that'll keep all the conflict from happening. You can have a fresh new start, you know, because, I mean, I think the kid matters in this, okay? The kid really matters. And for that, I applaud you. I'm so happy to know that the kid is being put first in this equation. Okay, so, all right, with that, I'm going to end it here, Aries. Fresh new starts, good beginnings. You know, I think you need to really define what's really going on in the world at home. So let's pull out one more card. I mean, this Page of Cups to me with this Page of Swords, I just think like you have the opportunity to have a fresh new start with this. And it'll be good for everybody. And especially it'll be good for, you know that underlying tension. You know, it'd be good. This is a win-win, definitely. And it's part of the healing that needs to happen. Okay, no more secrets. You know, things were really kept unfair. Somebody felt really bad. You know, because, you know, you can't continue to have, you know, pretend you have a relationship of love when it's truly more of convenience. All right, so that's what I've got for you, Aries. I hope it resonated. If it did, great. If it didn't, that's okay. And again, we all know who we are in the story, so make sure that we keep that in mind when we go through these readings. So a thumbs up is much appreciated, and I'll see you on the next reading. Until then, bye now.